I think they were excited as we started adding guys coming back to practice. I mean, and, we had some more guys that came out on, Saturday and Sunday and were able to do stuff. We were able to practice a little, practice Monday and Tuesday, for an hour with all those guys. And I think they were excited to have guys back out of protocol and excited to be able to play some 5-on-5 and excited. I mean, I just think to try to get back into a little bit of a routine.
Joe, when did you actually get back to practice? And I see where there's going to be 700 students allowed at the game, and that'll be a change. Talk about those factors, if you would.
Well, Monday was the first day we played 5-on-5 since SMU with our guys. Now we did play some 5-on. We did play some 5-on-5 against a scout team, half court. We used those guys, for some as defenders, or we used them so we could work on some things defensively. But Monday was the first day since SMU we played 5-on-5 with our own real guys, with our team. I do think it'll help the students. Hopefully, we'll give it a little bit better atmosphere. Obviously, we'll give it a little bit better atmosphere. And I do think for these last couple of games for these guys, maybe add some excitement in the facility.
Coach, what exactly were your guys able to do? Obviously, you couldn't get together to practice, but what did your strength and conditioning staff maybe do? And some of the guys, what were they able to do on their own just to kind of keep in some sort of shape?
Well, when you're in protocol, you can't. There's all different. It's all different things. But one thing we did was we were able some of the days to do where we had a manager, a coach, and a player on a basket, and they were able to shoot. So that we could, but that's conditioning, 5 straight minutes of shooting, then maybe throwing a down back. So there were conditioning components. And then Jason, even when these guys were in quarantine, was able to do some Zoom where they were able to, if they wanted to get on with him, every player had a band, a band, so they could do some stretching workouts. They had a basketball in their rooms. So that way they could do some things like that. I mean, push-ups, sit-ups if they Zoom with Jason. Once we got them back, we did reacclimate with, add some running in. But the biggest thing is reacclimating to contact. Getting in shape, it's great to get in better shape. But then you have to also, you don't want to put them out there against UCF and they haven't, boxed out or haven't hit a screen. So most of it was individual. And then we eased back into some stuff against the scout team. And then we got enough guys to practice. Then like I said, on Monday, then we started practicing. But, being cognizant of that we haven't been practicing, so you have to shorten everything.
Joe, UCF, the last 3 they played, 3 in a row, I think something like 5 or 6 wins in their last 7 or 8 games. And they did have a couple canceled and I guess got back here last night or the night before. But I have to imagine a much different team than when you faced them over a month ago.
Yeah, I mean, Perry and Mahan are playing really well. Green, obviously CJ Walker's an elite level talent. The big kid Reynolds has really been, it seems to be like he's coming along. But, when you look at the 3-point percentage of what Perry and Mahan have been shooting, and, Green has played well against us the last couple of years.
With these 2 games and obviously the conference tournament kind of right here on the horizon a little bit, is that the way you approach these 2 games at all to prepare for the tournament and kind of with the aim on, that kind of in mind, or do you not worry about that yet?
I think you just try to win every game you can. I mean, we're going to approach it that way. Now, like I said, we have to be a little smart with the amount of minutes, some of these guys play because, the last thing you also want to do is get guys hurt that lingers in the next season. But I mean, I just think try to win and just get some confidence.
With everything the team has been through, how important is it for them to get to actually come back and kind of wrap up that season, not on a break, but coming back from the protocols?
I've been proud of the way the guys have acted, reacted. It's we talk about it all the time, regardless of COVID, and usually you're discussing with them about injuries or something like that. But it's amazing how quickly these things can end. And you look, it was a shortened season to begin with, and you miss league games. But I all these kids that have, not just our guys, but these kids that have gone out and played, they chose to play, and I think getting an opportunity to play for them is pretty cool, and it's special, and they should cherish it. And our guys, I think, are happy to be able to get back out there and have an opportunity to compete again and not, finish this thing shut down.
Joe, can you talk about the coaching, kind of the situation that you deal with, because there are no textbooks as far as how to deal with a several-week layoff in the middle of a season and getting players back in form to compete. Just talk a little bit about that process.
I think you have to rely on your trainers and your strength coach and your eyes. I mean, I think that, making sure that we're getting these guys to, that you're not overworking them and yet not underworking them to the point where they can get hurt because they're not in shape, and yet not overworking them to the point where they're going to be fatigued on Thursday and then a quick turnaround on Sunday. So, and I think the other thing is asking the players, how's your body feel? And we've done extra treatment. We've done extra stretching. We tried to multitask, obviously we've had to shorten practice, but we tried to multitask, and you have to think a little bit differently. What can we accomplish that usually takes 2 drills in 1 drill? I think it'll help us all long term, but there are some things that we do in drills that we usually, for example, we play 4-on-4, and it's usually a closeout drill. We don't usually ball screen because we don't want them ball screen. But make a long story short, now we let them ball screen so we can multitask. You can close out, you can ball screen defense, just things like that to help these guys get their feet under them again.
How important is it going to be just to get off to a fast start, or at least a decent start, and try to just stay in the game and not have to battle from behind early?
Well, I think like we talked about the last time when we came out of this, or getting back, it's you can't simulate the speed of the game, and that's where coaches say it all the time. And I worry all the time watching. You watch other teams come out of pause, and you really don't know what to expect. And I don't say that as a could you play great? Yeah. I mean, could you play really poorly? Yeah. That's what the scary thing as a coach it is.